Hi everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's channeling and today's message is about being in harmony with your true self, which I like to call the spirit or the higher self. Now, to start with, I want to remind you guys that everybody has a higher self. Everybody has that guidance that is operating through the emotional field. And today I'm gonna be in direct connection with my higher self and try to serve you guys this message on how to live in harmony and in connection with the higher self. Now, to start with, I want to say that your higher self is a more elaborated perspective of yourself. Okay, your higher self has a consciousness that is operating from the past, present, and the future simultaneously. So when you are in contact with your higher self, it feels like your consciousness is operating from the future, present, and past at the same time. And this perspective holds the fifth dimensional level of consciousness. So in 5D, we are experiencing past, present, and future simultaneously. And the more that we are healing and the more that we are in resonance with our soul, is the more that we are influence all three perspectives, past, present, and future. And it's important to master the soul. It's important to not only heal the past, but also the present and also the future. So if you really want to contact your higher self and if you want to live in harmony with your higher self, you gotta begin to heal yourself. You gotta begin to master your soul on all levels. You gotta begin to step into your own personal evolution. And really, the higher self is your most important spirit guide. Okay, so it's like the higher self is disguised as your true self. Your higher self is your true essence. And the more that you are in contact with this consciousness, which I like to call the consciousness of the spirit, is the more that you are expanding your consciousness on a vibrational level. It is the more that you are living in harmony with your true self-expression. Is the more that you will balance, transcend, and heal your emotional body. Now, I want to remind you guys that the higher self speaks to us through our feelings, okay? It speaks to us through our intuition. And when we are connected to our intuition, we are also connected to our free will, okay? So the higher self wouldn't break your free will. Your higher self is guiding you based on the consciousness of the free will. Okay, so you have the freedom to be anything that you desire. But when the higher self is guiding you, it is pointing you through a more intense feeling about a certain situation. Okay, so when you are feeling a positive, intense feeling about something, you should go ahead and follow that, because your higher self has seen all the future parallel realities, and in a way it is guiding you towards the most appropriate one. So when something feels good in your body, okay, when something feels good in your intuition, that is a message from your higher self, and in essence you gotta follow it. And don't get me wrong, sometimes our ego wants to reject these messages. Sometimes the ego wants to be in resistance to these messages, to this guidance. But, in those moments, you learn to really get to choose from the contrast, okay? So if you feel like you don't want to do something, it's okay. If you feel like you don't want to follow that guidance, you gotta question it, because again, you have the freedom to express yourself in all kind of ways. You have the freedom to really choose your own path. But in essence, again, your higher self has seen the future reality. Your higher self has seen that potential. Your higher self has seen that vibration that contains the most appropriate future reality. And again, it is guiding you towards the most appropriate one. Now, if you really want to contact your higher self, you gotta really master your emotional field. Okay, you gotta be in a good relationship with your feelings. And some Most of us, we only want to follow the pure positive feeling, and yes, that is our natural state of consciousness. But what I'm seeing in my own journey is the fact that I also need to master my shadows. I also need to accept my imperfections. I also need to deal with the lower vibrational feeling. I also need to deal with the resistance, the darkness, the pain, the suffering, okay? So, in essence, you gotta balance the duality between the positive and the negative feeling. Because, when you accept also your negative feelings, you get to transcend them, you get to release them, you get to realize that, okay, you are not perfect, but you are perfect in your imperfections. So it's all about the mastery of the inner world. That is how to live in connection with your higher self. That is how to live in harmony with your higher self, mastering the inner world. And trust me, when you are in contact with your higher self, you realize that your inner world is so important, and so many of the secrets are found within yourself. Because what I've seen in my own journey was the fact that in my past I was attached to the external world, okay? So there is a chance for us as human beings to get attached to certain things. It may be our identity, it may be our success, it may be our accomplishments, it may be our ego. But the more spiritually mature we become, and the more that we are in contact with the higher self, we realize that it's about letting go of the attachment. It's about setting ourselves free. And you can only set yourself free when you are accepting your pain. Okay, when you are no longer running from your pain, you can only become free when you have mastered both the negative and the positive feeling. Okay, so when you are only chasing the positive feeling, there is a chance for you to get addicted to certain things. There is a chance for you to get addicted to the external world because you want more of the positive. But when you become stronger emotionally, you realize that it's also about the negative feeling, okay? So it's all about mastering this polarity between the positive and the negative. And your higher self is constantly working for you to become your best version. Okay, your higher self is constantly working in your favor. And all that you need to do is learn to merge with this energy, learn to be in resonance with this energy. And so many of the times we are running away from ourselves, we are running away from our feelings. But from my perspective, it's about looking deeper at our own belief system. Okay, looking deeper at our own programming, at our own subconscious beliefs, at our own trauma, and begin to heal in this process. Okay, so it's about really getting to step into your own evolution and getting to master yourself unconditionally. Okay, so it's all about the relationship that you have with yourself, the relationship that you have with your higher self. And again, guys, everybody has a higher self, and in a way, everybody is guided in this uh, in this space-time reality. Okay, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. We all have a higher self, and the more that we learn to accept our feelings is the more that we are stepping in connection with the higher self. So the higher self is constantly pointing you to the vibrationally aligned state of consciousness. Okay, the higher self is constantly trying to guide you towards the vibrational alignment. Vibrational alignment means nothing more than being connected with your true authentic self-expression. Okay, being connected with your emotional field, being connected with your skills, talents, and gifts. Okay, so when you are contacting your higher self, it's like you get to be in a trance state. Okay, you get to step into a higher state of consciousness. You get to be in alignment with all kind of gifts, talents, and perspectives. So it's about learning to integrate your gifts. That is how to connect with your higher self. The more that the more that you integrate and the more that you express your gifts, is the more that you are increasing your vibration. So I'm realizing in my own self that the more that I'm creating these videos and the more that I'm expressing my spiritual gifts is the more that I make a deeper connection with my higher self. So it's all about your own personal talent. It's all about your personal self-expression. And maybe it's not even about doing. It's more likely about your state of consciousness. Okay, so you may express your beautiful gift by just offering love to the world. That is also how to connect with your higher self, being in alignment with who you really are. But sometimes we need action. Sometimes we need to step into the game and do the work. Sometimes we need to, as light workers, help the planet evolve. Okay, so it's all about mastering the inner and the outer world. It's all about being in resonance with who you really are. And the higher self holds your ancient times lives. Okay, it holds your ancient times gifts. It is who you were in a past life. It is who you are in a future life. Okay, because again, time is simultaneous. Okay, so past, present, and future are happening simultaneously. And trust me, the present moment is contains all the all the past and all the future. And the more that you are learning to master the present moment is the more that you are receiving gifts from the future and the past. Okay, so it's all happening in the ever eternal now. And the more that you are learning to make peace with your inner world, the more that you are mastering your soul, is the more that you are contacting your higher self. Okay, so it's all about mastering your emotional field, mastering your inner world, and becoming in alignment with your true self expression, becoming in alignment with who you really are at a soul level. And I'm seeing that in this matrix and in this society, so many of us, we have forgotten our true nature. But we are living in times of awakening, and so many individuals are awakening to their true essence. So many individuals are reclaiming back their power. So many individuals are realizing that we are living in a multidimensional reality and in a multidimensional universe. And we are receiving light codes from the cosmos. We are receiving DNA upgrades. We are receiving awakening DNA upgrades. And so many individuals are stepping into a higher spiritual evolution. And you may be one of them. So if you have clicked on this video, it means that this message is for you. It means that you are on the path of awakening. It means that you are on the path of becoming higher conscious. So you may be on your own spiritual journey, and that is such a beautiful gift. Okay, because we have entered the age of Aquarius. We have entered the age of knowing, the age of information. And there's so much information right now that is available to the human being. And the more that you are grasping on these concepts and the more that you are getting inspired from these higher vibrational messages, is the more that you deepen the connection that you have with yourself. Is the more that you are stepping into vibrational alignment with your soul. And trust me, your soul is eternal. Okay, your soul is your true essence. The more that you are mastering the mind, the body, and the soul, is the more that you are mastering the space-time reality. So it's all about learning to be in connection with your true self-expression. And when you are in connection with your true self-expression, you are also in connection with your higher self. Now, we are awakening from the third dimension. Okay, it's no longer about the physical realm. It's more likely about integrating the energetic realm. And when you are smoothing your vibration, when you are raising your consciousness to the next level, you realize that your energy is so important. And your higher self speaks to you through the emotion, and the emotion is energy in motion. Okay, so it's all energy. And the more that you master your energy, is the more that you master your higher self. The more that you master your vibrational field, is the more that you will step into alignment with your soul mission and soul purpose and with your higher self. So it's all about learning to merge with yourself at a different level. It's all about becoming aware of this evolution, becoming aware of these higher vibrational concepts. And again, guys, we live in times of spiritual awakening. And in a way, everybody is going through an awakening because we are entering a new age. Okay, we are entering an age where people are really opening their energetic field into a new state. And so many of us, we are becoming light workers. So many of us, we are raising our frequency to the next level and helping the planet evolve. And again, you may be one of them, and I want to congratulate you guys for that. Okay, I want you to really step into your soul mission and help the planet evolve. And again, we are awakening from the physical realm. Okay, but the physical realm is also going to be integrated, because when you are getting the spiritual maturity and when you are gaining the spiritual power and gift, you realize that it's also about learning to integrate the third dimension, the ego, maybe. Okay, so the ego also needs to be accepted, because the ego is okay to be experienced sometimes. The ego is okay to be accepted. Sometimes you need the ego in order to make some decisions. Okay, sometimes you need to integrate the physical realm, sometimes you need to integrate the third dimension, and sometimes it's okay to balance this duality between the 3D and the 5D. So it's all about the connection that you have with yourself. Okay, so because I see that you may be resonating with this message, but I see that so many people are not resonating with this higher vibrational spiritual message, and that is also to be understood. Okay, so in a way, not everybody is on the same path, but what I'm glad to see is the fact that so many of the people are awakening, so many of the people are reclaiming back their spiritual power and their spiritual essence. Okay, so remember, guys, your higher self is your most important spirit guide, and you usually feel your higher self when you are feeling a smooth vibration of pure positive energy. That is your higher self guiding you. That is your true essence guiding you. But again, you also need to master the negative feeling. You also need to accept your imperfections and your shadows. In essence, you need to become complete, because what is more important than always chasing the positive feeling is integrating and accepting the polarity between the positive and the negative. So what I'm seeing in my own journey is the fact that the more that I'm connected with my higher self and the more that I'm gaining the spiritual maturity, is the fact that I'm no longer running from my negative feelings. I'm no longer running from my shadows. I'm no longer running from my imperfection. And I'm starting to accept and love myself unconditionally. So, in essence, the more that you deepen the connection that you have with yourself, is the more that you deepen the connection that you have with your higher self. Okay? So, start with self love, start with self acceptance, start with giving yourself the freedom, time, and space necessary to heal yourself. That is how to connect with your higher self, that is how to channel your higher self. So, again, the higher self operates as free will, and the higher self wouldn't break your free will. Okay, the higher self operates as a pure positive guidance. So the more that you deepen the connection that you have with your true self, is the more that you will master the outer world, is the more that you will begin to attract people, circumstances, and events into your life that will reflect who you really are. Okay, so it's all about the journey that you have with yourself. It's all about the self-expression. It's all about the expression of your true gifts and of your true power, of your true message. Okay, so yeah, thanks so much for watching, and this was today's channeling on how to contact your higher self and how to merge with your higher self. It's all about your inner journey. It's all about you loving yourself. It's all about you becoming aware of the magic that this universe holds, because I believe in magic. I believe in energy. I believe that we have the power to create a new and better world. I believe that we have the power to co-create with the higher intelligence of the cosmos. We have the power to be in connection with our true self-expression. We have the power to see the world as one consciousness. And trust me, we are one consciousness. There is no separation. Okay, separation is of a lower dimension. Separation is of the third dimension. But when you open your energy field into a higher state, you realize that you're actually one with reality. You are one with the cosmos. You are one with the higher intelligence and the movement of the higher realms. Okay, you are one with everything. So, guys, thanks so much for watching, and this was today's channeling about living in harmony with your higher self. Everybody has a higher self, everybody has guidance, and some of us are more connected to that energy, but some of us are less connected to that energy. And as spiritual beings and as light workers, we need to understand everybody. Okay, we need to plant the seed. We need to accept everybody as they are, because some of us may live more from the ego and some of us may live more from the purity, and everybody needs to be accepted. Everybody needs to be accepted because we're all one consciousness, one energy. We're all one love, one family. And some of us are resonating with the spiritual evolution, but some of us are not resonating. And again, it's okay to accept everybody. So guys, if you're new to my YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, because that is appreciated. And if you wish to work with me and get to step into a spiritual evolution, if you really want to get who you really are at a soul level, feel free to contact me at my Facebook address in the description below. This was today's channeling from a higher self about how to live in harmony with your higher self and your true essence. I love you so much, and like always, see you on what is coming up next. Thanks so much for watching, and if you have made it this far, it means that you are in connection with your higher self. I love you so much, much peace, and see ya.